Archimedes, I present you with another Minecraft Xbox video. And in this episode, I'm doing a Title Update 19 tutorial. Woo! And yeah, so basically, recently the Title Update 19 update came out, which is really awesome. So I'm going to be doing the tutorial on everything, well, pretty much everything, if I haven't forgotten anything. But yeah, hopefully everything's in there. If you know something I missed, go to the forums and check it out. And yeah, so basically, here's the update right here. Isn't it amazing? So yeah, here's all the stuff just around here. So I think where I'm going to start is over here by the droppers and hoppers, because, not droppers and hoppers, the droppers and dispensers. Those don't rhyme. Okay, so basically, the difference between these two, you may notice that it also is raining, unfortunately. Yeah, so basically, the difference between these two is that the dropper, of course, it drops stuff. The hopper, I keep on saying hopper. They rhyme, so it makes it better. Okay, so then the dispenser, it'll like shoot out the item, or it'll function the item. So let's say if there's an arrow, it would shoot the arrow. So basically, I have arrows in both of these dispensers, and dispenser and dropper. Okay, so now if you shoot it, as you can see, the dispenser shoots the arrow, and the dropper fires out the arrow, and he just keeps it there. So yeah, and then the other one shoots the arrow. So yeah, that's basically that. So next, let's move on to the thing that's next on the list, I guess, which will, I'll kind of just skip over there, just around the redstone stuff. But yeah, so basically, now what we're going to do is the heavy and the light pressure plates. So this tutorial is more for like people who have not used these items before. So yeah, and also if you just want to see a tutorial on it for some reason. But yeah, so basically the light pressure plate, you can throw a couple blocks on it, and it will like extend the signal a little bit faster. So I'm not really throwing it on there right, but basically, whoops, I stepped on that. But yeah, so it will. You don't have to have as many blocks on it to have the signal go out further and further. And then the heavy pressure plate, you have to throw more and more blocks on top of it to have it basically go further. So you have to throw like stacks on top of it for it to actually extend its signal. See, as it's not doing it yet. So you have to throw quite a bit of stacks on there for it to actually want to do it. So it's good for like adventure maps or something. If you're trying to detect some kind of like people putting items basically on the pressure plate. So if you want it to detect basically what you're gonna do, or like some kind of like money system or something. So basically, what the daylight sensors are now is it's kind of the sun's setting, so it's not gonna be extended completely. But if you want to just if you want to bypass that, you can just put a repeater here. But yeah. So basically, throughout the day, because whenever I first made this, it was the middle of the day, so the sun was about there. So, but now it's raining, so yeah. But I don't know if rain actually detects anything about it, but yeah. So then what you can do is basically in the middle of the day, you could have it so a piston like goes up or something. And at night, you could have like street lights turn on or something, which is really cool. So this opens up lots of opportunities for say like my Let's Play, my Xbox Let's Play, of course. So yeah. So then on to the next item, which is really cool, and it's the redstone block. So this can be used for different reasons. So basically, you could have pistons pushing it out to like activate something, and I've seen people make like flying vehicles basically without blocks and not have minecarts and stuff. It's really cool. So if you need it, it's there. So it's not like a torch where it breaks when you push it with a piston. So it actually counts as a block when you push it in and out with a piston or something. So when it comes to touch with redstone, it also emits a redstone signal, like to the redstone, and it also produces light. So on to the next item, which is the furnace with the comparator hooked up, and it goes into a jukebox or a note block. So basically, how this is gonna work is I'm gonna take some wood, and then wood versus wood. Okay, let's do this. So basically, if there's an item inside of a chest or a furnace, and it's detected by the comparator. When it's hooked up like this, it will actually activate a redstone signal. So if I put this in there, it will actually activate the note block. If you heard that, I'll just take this out again and press it again. You could also put it on some kind of timer, so you could even make it like a toaster or something. Make it sound like a toaster with like dispenser sounds or something. So I'll do that one more time just to demonstrate it for some reason. So yeah, and yeah, basically it'll play the tune, but if there's nothing in it, then it won't play the tune. Whatever. See, as you can see, the red note popped up. I was trying to get that to pop up, but yeah. So let me just get rid of that out of my inventory. So next, on to the second use of the comparator. Basically, so what it does is, I'm kind of like iffy on how it works. I never really use it, but basically what it does is it compares signals, and finally it stopped raining. So basically what they do is it compares signals. So if the one on the side is longer, or if the one here is longer than the one on the side, then it's really confusing. But as you can see, if you turn off that signal, then it'll pass through. But if you turn that on, then it won't pass through. And it kind of works the same with repeaters. If you turn them into a locked repeater, by doing kind of the same concept, but with a repeater here instead, it basically locks the repeater. So yeah, and then now it still won't activate. But if you activate that, then it'll activate. Turn that off and do it. So yeah. Okay, so basically that could be used for some kind of cool logic thing. That'd be cool. But yeah, so then next on to the minecarts and stuff. And yeah, so I'm gonna test the TNT minecart first because it's really interesting and it's fun to use them. Plus, they also so basically the way you activate them is there's an activator rail right here, and it has to be it has to be powered. And yeah. So I probably should have done this on survival, honestly, so if I hit it something I don't break it. But yeah, so basically when it goes over an activator rail, it lights the TNT and it'll cause it to explode. But also if it comes in contact with if it falls off of a drop or something, it will explode, or if it moves too fast. So I wouldn't recommend using these around your base or something. But yeah, basically what you can do is shoot it off the track and it will explode. Obvious though, but yeah, it explodes, and for some reason it doesn't get rid of the tracks. I had that problem before too. I don't know why it does it. I guess it'd be useful though, but yeah. So on to the next thing that I'm gonna test really quick, which is the trap test combined with the piston, which you could use this for anything. So basically, if you open up the chest, it will emit a small redstone signal, but the more players you have in the chest, it'll make the signal longer. I'm pretty sure it's like that for Xbox too. It's like that on the computer though. But yeah, so in the bypass that you can put a repeater there just to extend the signal. Also, there is a new addition as well, which is the hopper. So basically, the best way to explain this is you throw something in the top and it'll transfer it into the chest below it. So that'll be really useful for some kind of contraptions for farming and stuff and automated things. So yeah, basically it'll also work with long range stuff. And you can just shift, well, that's what you do on the computer, but you crouch. And I'm used to using shift as crouching, but yeah. So you crouch, and then basically what you can do is if you have a block in your hand, then you can actually place it over an item. So let's say if you want to build a house out of crafting tables, you don't have to worry about opening up the inventory and stuff with the crafting tables. So that'll be nice for placing hoppers and stuff and transferring items. So yeah, and another thing that you can do is make a hopper minecart. So basically what this does is if you have something on the tracks, it'll pick it up when it runs over it or something, and apparently that wanted to take that. So yeah, basically what you can do is if you throw that there and then you push the minecart and it goes over the hopper, it will actually bring it down into the chest, which is cool. So it kind of takes it out of the minecart. So also, if you have a minecart with a chest, it'll do the same thing, but this actually picks stuff off the tracks. So it's good for farming. And yeah, so basically what we're going to be doing next is well, first let me demonstrate why the sun's still there. Because basically, if you turn on host privileges and in host options, it has it so whenever it's nighttime and stuff, you can, and also whenever you're on super flat or something, you can turn off mob spawning. So basically mobs don't spawn. So it's that simple. And you can also turn off mob griefing, which you'll see why I did that in a second. And there's also mob loot, so if you kill a mob, it won't drop its loot. And yeah, so if you want to do some kind of survival games or something with it, and you don't want the mobs to drop their loot, so yeah, that's what it'll do. And now tile drops, that's it. Like if you use TNT and you blow up a tile, or if you, or also if you break a block, it won't drop it from the tile. Basically. Also, there's natural regeneration, which you can turn off your regeneration. Also, you can turn off keep inventory and keep it on and stuff. So then you'll actually keep your inventory, which is cool. So if you die, you can keep your inventory. And also you can turn off the daylight cycle, which is what I did. And also TNT explodes and fire spreads. That was already there. But yeah. So the mob spawning can be good for like survival games or something because you don't have to worry about like mobs, but you can still lose your hunger and stuff, which is really nice. But yeah, now what we're gonna do is basically later I am gonna eventually turn off the daylight cycle or turn it back on again. So yeah, now what we're gonna do next is go over some of the mobs. So I think I'm gonna start over here first at the one that I put over here. So basically here's the bat. It of course is a bat. It flies, and yeah. So you can find them in caves, and I think when it's dark enough, they actually hide in the ceiling, or like they hang from the ceiling. So usually they do that in caves, and they can sometimes scare the crap out of me. So usually I end up killing them whenever I'm in the caves because I don't like them. They squeak, and then whenever they jump in my face, it makes me want to kill them even more. So yeah, but basically they're good for indicating where caves are at, but they're more just like they don't have any functions really. They just fly around and cause lag. I don't personally like them the most, but they're okay. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do before I end up like killing a bunch of stuff is going into the horses, which basically the horses, the way they work is they are like the computer, and basically I'll use iron horse armor and stuff. So basically what you can do is I'm going to demonstrate taming this horse here. So basically there's different breeds of horses and different like coat patterns and stuff that they have, which is really cool. But right now I'm trying to tame this horse, and basically you just have to get on it and it'll keep kicking you off until it has hearts, then it'll be tamed to you. So it's a lot like a wolf, but when you feed it bones, how it won't accept you the first time. We'll maybe do it the second time or the third time. It's random, but sometimes they can be a little bit stubborn, like this guy. Oh, there we go. Good. Now he's my pet horse. So basically what you can do now is put a saddle on him, and you can ride him around. Of course, if you've seen my computer Let's Play, you may know what I'm talking about, like, completely, because I have a horse on that. And basically, yeah, so you can ride them. Also, you can plop horse armor on them, so they look twice as better. Also, they have defense, and the horse armor actually does not take damage, which is really useful. So basically, I can just see that spruce tree out there. It's over the ocean. That's very funny. But yeah, so now what I'm going to do is hop off that horse. Actually, I'm going to take him for a spin. And depending on the breed, the horses will, they'll either go faster or they'll jump higher. This one seems to be good at all of them. But yeah. So they also, if you go in really deep water, they actually won't, they'll just kick you off. But you can go in like shallow water like this, so it's good for traveling. So basically, you can take your little horse for the spin around your town or whatever, and you can have like a sword and stuff and like hit stuff and go attack zombies and stuff and be an epic knight. So yeah, and shining armors, of course, with the horse, yeah. And you can also put on armor too and everything. So basically, there's also donkeys and mules. So basically, I'm not gonna bother with the mules. I just have it to show. So basically, the donkeys and the mules have the same skins, basically, except they no matter how many times they spawn them, like they don't have different coat patterns. So basically, now I already tamed this donkey because I didn't want to have to do it again. So yeah, basically, what I'm gonna do now is basically if you get off of them and then you just click on them with a chest, then it'll actually put the chest on them. So now when you open up their inventory, you can put like the chest inside of there. And then usually the donkeys don't have the best running speeds and jumping heights. That's why you would breed it with the mule, so it can jump higher and stuff. Or that's why you breed it with the horse to make the mule. So yeah. So basically, yeah, it's pretty slow, but it's good for traveling because you can put all your stuff in there and then you can take it out when you get to the house. So let's say if you're doing lots of traveling, you can stick your stuff in the chests on the mule and like the backpacks or whatever. So you have extra inventory space, which is really nice. And it applies the same thing for the mule, but usually he has better stats and stuff. So yeah, basically the stats of the horse. So oh yeah, I forgot I took that off. Okay, let's get out of there. So basically the same thing with the mule. So yeah. And another thing that you may notice is I have this in my inventory. And also you can't put horse armor on the mules and donkeys. So yeah, basically what you can do is you can hook a lead up to them, and then you can hook it up to a fence post. So you can kind of keep them locked up there so they don't run away or something. Also, you can drag them around, so it's better than using wheat and stuff because you can actually sprint with it without losing their interest. So now the next mob that might be slightly more destructive is the witch. Now, I'm not sure if these guys spawn naturally on Xbox, but they do on the computer. And basically they use potions, they throw potions at you, and they're really annoying, and yeah. So basically there's also a new generated structure, which I probably won't be showing in this video, but you may see me come across it eventually in some kind of series. And hey, you moved the minecart! You moved it! Okay, good for you. Okay, so basically they throw potions and stuff, and they can be really annoying. But yeah, that's all for the witch, basically. And they also drop like sticks and like redstone and all that kind of stuff. But I guess I can get rid of that now. So there's also a new boss in the game, which this means I can actually use it, like I can battle it on my Let's Play, which is going to be cool for Xbox. So last time, like whenever I created this series, it was only because there was the Ender Dragon out. Now there's the Wither. So what we're going to be doing is battling the Wither. So what I'm going to do is, well, it's not going to be on survival, but you know, I don't really need that. So I'll just grab the stuff that I just deleted. It's really easy to get though, except for the Wither Skulls. You have to go to the Nether Fortress, and you have to kill all the skeletons, or a bunch of skeletons there. All the Wither skeletons, basically, as many as you can get. And basically, then they will, they have a chance of dropping the Wither Skulls. And basically, then you put these in this pattern, basically like an iron golem, but you put the last one on. And this is the reason why I turned off mob griefing, because of this. Because if you didn't see that part, mob griefing is off, so it should be better than having this guy destroying everything. So yeah, so there we go. So basically, here's the Wither. He'll attack everything in sight, basically, and he's a pretty tough boss. And yeah, so he shoots stuff with his huge Wither Skulls, and it can be really annoying. But whenever you kill him, it is truly worth it though, because he will drop the Nether Star, which you can use for like making beacons, which I'll show off in a bit. So basically, let's kill this guy because he's gonna be annoying. He's gonna be blaze and stuff and kill everything and blow it up. I can't do that, but yeah, I don't want him to get in this stuff. It's really annoying. So yeah, let's just hit him. And as you can see, this guy also darkens when the Wither's around, which is cool. So yeah, let's. Oh, whoops! I'm not even paying attention. So yeah, basically he gets a shield before you're when you're halfway through his health, so you can't hit him with arrows. So you actually have to get a melee attack with him. So yeah, so basically I'm gonna kill him now. So he's almost dead. He's just shooting skulls at me, being annoying. Okay, so basically that's the Nether Star. So basically the Nether Star you can use to make the beacon, which is right here. So that's the next item that I'm gonna go into. So basically the beacon is, of course, what it's called, the beacon. And you can basically use like diamonds, you can use iron, you can use gold, you can use emeralds, and you have to make a pyramid. And it can be taller than this to have better effects. So if you have a full pyramid, you can actually have regeneration buffs. And I might end up doing this on my Let's Play eventually. Like, I might have to reset the Nether though, because it's an older Nether, and I'm not sure if it'll spawn Wither skeletons. Because I know Minecraft usually tends to do that with new updates. But yeah, so basically here's a jump boost and stuff. So if you have a 3-block high pyramid, yeah. So basically the taller you have it, the better buff you get. So basically you can have haste, which makes you, of course, mine faster. And speed makes you run faster. And then resistance, it gives you resistance. Jump boost makes you jump higher so you can jump over fences and stuff. There's also strength, and strength, strengthens you so you can kill stuff. And basically, then there's also regeneration, which is with the thing that I mentioned earlier. So basically, so you can also combine the effects by having several beacons. I wouldn't recommend that though because it takes a lot of time to do it. But basically, what you have to do is you have to put like one of each kind of like diamond or something like that in there. Then you would have to activate the boost. So I'm doing speed. Then you click that and it will apply it. So now when you go out of it, you have speed. And yeah, and it keeps repeating the speed effect. So basically, you can run fast, and it's really cool. So basically, now I can run fast around here, which is cool. And I'm just gonna put these diamonds away, the precious diamonds, even though if I spawn those in. So now basically the bat's already gone. Bye. He was gone probably a long time ago, but yeah. So next, what I'm gonna do really quick is actually turn off the daylight cycle. So now the sun's gonna start moving, as you see over the horizon. So yeah, basically you can see the sun setting now over the ocean. So yeah. So basically, you may see this redstone signal, which I'm going to do that once it becomes nighttime at the very end of the video. But basically, now there's a bunch of stained clays, and this doesn't mean that there's the mesa biome yet. But yeah, so there's no infinite worlds, but there's also no new biomes yet, which is unfortunate. But you can still make the clay by smelting clay in the furnace, and then you like the clay blocks, and then you basically you take a dye and you surround it by the clay, and it'll give you 8 clay. Like making a chest, but you put the dye in the center, and you instead of wood you use stained clay. So yeah, basically now that it's almost night, and basically I think that's all that this update really has to offer, except for one thing, which is this crazy machine over here. And another thing to mention is also you can put the dispensers facing straight up now, as well as droppers, so that's useful. So there's also a new quick little addition that I need to mention, and this is why I'm changing it to nighttime. There's firework rockets, and they're pre-made, so that's cool. And there's a bunch of different types, as you can see in the inventory down here. There's all these different types. So I'm going to be showing those off all at once, and then, I'm just going to show them off like one by one, and then I'm going to then shoot them all. Oh, whoops, I totally messed up on that. Okay, so there we go. So basically what I'm going to do is shoot that one, so that one does that. And basically you can customize them on survival, which is cool. So basically there's a creeper face, which is cool. And this one, which is I can't really tell what that is. It just explodes, obviously, like the other ones. That one kind of has a little burst. And that one is a big star. So basically what we're going to do now is do a crazy awesome fireworks show. And basically, yeah, so that's why I have it nighttime. So I'm just going to lock the time again, so I don't have to worry about time. So yeah. Okay, so let the firework display begin. Woo! Here it goes. And yay! It worked. Of course it worked because it has to. Because I tested it already. Let's do it again. Yeah. So basically what you can do is put up really elaborate firework displays. And basically I might end up doing this on my Let's Play. Because if you saw the last episode that I did, I mentioned that I was going to build a town next to that lake. So I might do something with fireworks now since they're in the game. And you can craft them on survival with firework stars. And they're really easy to craft as well. So basically, that's all this update has to offer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, go to DMCStyle.com. And I'll see you guys next